Another massive fight would be Ilia versus Islam too.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, Salim is obsessed with that fight.
Oh, really?
He's obsessed with it. And I tell him, I'm like, but they both got to win more fights in their division first, right? That's kind of how you do it, right? When it's like they both run through their division, and then it's like you're in the position where it's like, I got to make this. That's what happened with Volk Islam, right?
Well, the other thing is too is that Islam moves up, and obviously if Islam won the title, you know, you immediately have a super fight with him and Ilia. So
could that be, if Islam gets one victory, could that potentially happen?
You have to see. It's one thing to sit around. This is what the media always tries to do, sit around and talk about these fights before they happen, or, you know, hypothetically speaking. I don't like hypothetical. These are options that we have if things play out that way, but you never know what's going to happen.
Islam Makhachev sent shockwaves through the MMA world by announcing his interest in facing Ilia Topuria after capturing the welterweight title. Fans have long dreamed of this matchup, and now there's genuine hope it could happen. Speaking at the Eagle FC press conference, Makhachev revealed that once he takes care of business against Jack Della Maddalena, his sights are set on a potential super fight with Topuria. He admitted the matchup truly excites him, describing it as one of the most intriguing challenges of his career, and hinted that fans may soon witness one of the biggest champion versus champion showdowns in UFC history.
Бой после Маддалены пройдет в 77? Не могу сказать точно. Здесь с Топурией какая-то интрига. Мне самому тоже интересен этот бой. Может получится сделать какой-то супербой. Или, как я сказал, посмотрим по весу.
When asked at the Eagle FC press conference whether he'd consider moving back down to silence Ilia Topuria once and for all, Islam Makhachev fired off a savage response that instantly had the crowd buzzing. Makhachev also opened up about his current size and comfort at welterweight. He revealed that before his last camp, he walked around at 183 to 185 pounds, but with improved training and nutrition, he now sits closer to 189 pounds. According to Islam, this is the perfect range where he feels both strong and sharp, especially when sparring with natural welterweights. He emphasized that adding more bulk isn't his priority anymore. His recent camp has already proven he can perform at an elite level in the higher division.
И он наконец-то заткнулся и не говорил ничего о бойцах из Дагестана. Сам Макхачев чемпион.
Как ты хочешь, все сделаем.
The former lightweight champion also addressed the possibility of returning to 155 after his welterweight debut. Makhachev admitted that making the lightweight cut was always a brutal process, and any decision to drop back down would depend on how his body reacts after this fight. He explained that if his walking weight climbs to around 85 to 86 kilos, he and his team will need to carefully evaluate the situation before choosing the next step in his career.
Your weight now? How much did your weight change, and how did your physical condition, your physical preparation change? You know, up until last camp, I think my weight was about 83, 84, but now with the right regimen, with the right diet, my weight is now 86 and a half. Yesterday was 86 and a half. I think right now I'm where I need to be. I'm at the right weight. I'm at the place where I feel comfortable with working out, sparring, and working with the guys that usually fight at 77. To continue to gain the weight from now on is not necessarily the goal of mine. I mean, it might go up like 1 or 2 kgs in training still, but we've already done plenty of work during this camp with heavyweights to make sure to gain the proper weight.
Similarly, Ilia Topuria has voiced his own interest in a clash with Islam Makhachev, even floating the idea of staging it at the White House, a unique stage to showcase the fight to the American audience. Topuria made it clear he's ready if the opportunity comes, but expressed doubt that Makhachev will ever return to lightweight, noting that once fighters move up, they rarely choose to cut back down.
Going back down to lightweight, because with everything you said, most likely cutting weight is going to be only harder. Depends on how much weight I'll gain after the fight. So if I'm going to go up to 83 or 84, that's possible, but if I'll go up to 85, 86, then I'm not sure. I mean, it was never an easy thing to cut weight, so we'll have to sit down with the team, and we'll have to figure out what the next move is.
Arman Tsarukyan pushed back on the comparisons between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, insisting that Topuria first needs to face him before being mentioned in the same breath. Tsarukyan argued that Topuria's rise has been far less demanding, pointing out that many of his biggest wins came against opponents past their prime. He even claimed that if Topuria had fought Alexander Volkanovski a few years earlier, the outcome would have been completely different, with Volkanovski dominating the matchup.
Islam on the White House card would be insane.
Would you want to fight at the White House? Or
Why not? I would love to fight in front of the United States of America.
yeah,
I
Because-
would love it. We'll see what.
but it's a year away, right?
Year away.
That could be perfect timing for you in Islam now. What weight would that go down at now?
Like, what do you mean? When
Like
does it
what
happen?
weight class? Yeah.
I don't care with him. I don't.
He couldn't come back down to 155.
Once you try to go up, you never want to come back.
Yeah.
It's like
It's hell, right?
it's hell.
Yeah.
It's hell. I had to go through hell when I was cutting the weight in 145. Now that I decide to stay in 155, it's like two different worlds. I've been able to enjoy the whole process. I've been more happier.
Makhachev also admitted that the most logical lightweight matchup right now is Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan. He explained that Tsarukyan has already proven himself as a top contender and deserves the opportunity, adding that with the right mindset, Arman has the tools to beat Topuria. Charles Oliveira echoed that sentiment, stressing that Tsarukyan should be the next challenger for Topuria's title. Oliveira reminded fans that Arman is currently the #1 ranked contender and was even scheduled for a title shot before being sidelined by injury, which makes him the rightful choice now. Meanwhile, new middleweight contender Khamzat Chimaev has been training alongside Tsarukyan to help prepare him for the challenge ahead. Chimaev has also been seen motivating Arman to push beyond his limits, a partnership fans praised as one of the most unique bonds in MMA today.
He's gonna be on the same level. He gotta beat like someone like me, you know, who can wrestle. He just had the easy fights on his career, you know. He beat legit fighters, but not on their prime. If he met Volkanovski 4 years ago, Volkanovski just beat him.
Khamzat Chimaev also weighed in, saying the fight between Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan needs to happen this year. He described it as a perfect stylistic clash, with Tsarukyan's relentless wrestling against Topuria's elite striking, a matchup that would reveal who is truly the best. Despite being close to both fighters, Chimaev admitted he'd be eager to watch them settle it inside the cage.
Самый справедливый бой за чемпионство в легком весе между Ильей Топурией и Арманом Царукяном.
Ну да, конечно. Если кто-то когда-то, не знаю, в истории страховал бой, делал вес, он всегда дрался почти. Ну, я не помню в истории, чтобы не давали бой. Арман сделал последний турнир вес, подстраховал бой. Я думаю, он должен быть следующий. Он доказал, что у него же была проблема с весогонкой. Он доказал, что может спускаться, гонять вес. И я думаю, что это самый актуальный бой на данный момент.
У кого было бы больше всего шансов на победу?
Я думаю, если честно, если Арман выйдет с правильным настроем, то он справится.
Shil Sonnen interpreted Ilia Topuria's recent statements as a clear sign that a matchup with Arman Tsarukyan is already being lined up. Sonnen noted that Topuria has a pattern of publicly downplaying or rejecting certain fights at first, only to eventually accept them, a habit he believes signals negotiations are underway. He even compared it to the subtle tells fighters show inside the cage, calling it a giveaway habit that Topuria is starting to develop. The only exception, Sonnen added with a smirk, is Paddy Pimblett, a name Topuria never seems to turn down.
Seria uma luta interessante e que causaria talvez uma dificuldade para o Topuria.
Cara, não explorei dificuldade, nem interessante. Eu acho que o cara que merece ser o Arman, número 1 no ranking, então o Arman merece essa luta. Sabe, tá esperando ali, ele luta pro título, teve a lesão, saiu, então acho que...
Shil Sonnen also drew a parallel between Ilia Topuria's approach and Anderson Silva's old promotional tactics. He recalled how Silva would often begin by dismissing a potential fight, later accept it, and then let rumors of an injury swirl, creating uncertainty and intrigue before finally confirming the matchup. In Sonnen's view, Topuria seems to be following a similar pattern, whether by design or simply out of habit.
And you know your friends Armin, do you see them fighting? This year?
I hope so. It's a good fight for the both guys. So fighting is need to know who is the best fighter in the world. So the both guys are fighters now. So I will be happy to watch that fight. It's a crazy fight. Arman is good moves and he has a good kick, good wrestling, and the other guy has a good kick, a good puncher, you know. So